I just got to bring a couple points. 1, excitement. Take a seat. The post I made about people messaging me, fact. Somebody messaged me on Discord. Somebody messaged me on Messenger. Who they were, none of your concern. They want to comment that they did actually talk to me about my pharmacist, and they were a little bit concerned about my pharmacist and why I was going to my pharmacist instead of a doctor, and that how, things like that. They can go ahead and come forward. But I'm not about to say, oh, it was Susie, oh, it was Frank who messaged me. You don't need to know who messaged me, but it had nothing to do with your post. 1. 2, Miss Wealth. You need to keep... How do I say this? You keep going on that I spent money where I wasn't supposed to because I didn't save it for eternity for an actual pump. Instead, I bought supplies for said pump. It still went to what it was supposed to go to. Just because it wasn't the actual physical device itself, it was supplies for the device because somebody was kind enough to give me the device, doesn't mean that I spent it where I wasn't supposed to. You don't believe me? Call the cop shop and ask them. Call the cop shop and ask them. They'll also tell you, once you give money to somebody, it's none of your business what they do with that money anymore. They don't have to spend it on what they say they're going to. Sure, that would be lying and not a very good person. But honestly, when I told the cops that y'all were talking about charging me or whatever because of the fact I spent it on supplies, they're like, you still spent it on the device. Just because it wasn't on the physical device, it was on the... Or reported me to GoFundMe, that's what it was. They said you didn't commit fraud. You spent it on items for that device. Essential items, not just like fun accessories. That still counts towards what you were raising the funds for. And again, everybody who donated, one person has attitude about it. One person is crying mama because of the fact I didn't save it for eternity to get the actual pump. Instead, I spent it so I could use the pump that I actually was given. And where I spend my money that I make, that I work hard to make, is none of your business. So sitting there flapping your lips about spending money on a storage locker that you think ain't warranted, it's none of your business. Yeah, I know I posted about it and therefore you think that makes it your business. But fun fact, it's still not your business. It still does not have anything to do with you where my money gets spent. That goes for each and every one of you. And I offered Xanath to contact Sensi to get a full refund for items that she couldn't use. She chose not to do that. I don't owe anybody butt kiss. I do not owe anybody a refund, especially since she's the only one that had an issue with it. Everybody else, ask them yourselves. Put a post out. Everybody else who donated is quite happy with the fact that I spent it so I could still use the pump. So I could actually use the pump instead of it sitting there being wasted. As I've said 1,001 times. But see, in one year out the other with you guys. Because what you guys hear is she spent money maliciously. She gained money maliciously and then she spent it maliciously. Which I didn't. Talk to any lawyer. Talk to any police officer. Talk to GoFundMe themselves. And you tell them, instead of saving it for a $7,000 pump that I could never afford, I instead spent it on supplies to use the actual pump that somebody donated to me. And they will tell you, sorry, she used it for what she said. May not have been the actual physical device, but was still for the device. It's not like I was fundraising for a car and then used it on something completely unrelated. Or it's even using it for donations for the pump and then going out and spending it on a car. Or spending it on whatever. The money was utilized for the pump. As Xanath had the opportunity to get her refund, she chose not to pursue it. That's not on me. I'm no longer a Sensi rep. So that's not on me. I don't owe anybody any money. I don't owe a refund to anybody. You choose to donate, you do so at your own demise. Whatever the word is.
Risk.
You do it at your own risk. You decide to give somebody money and they spend it on something that you didn't approve of. Tough titties. Tough titties. Oh, and before y'all go, oh, she's big mad mad. You made her big mad. I'm not mad. Y'all are just a bunch of fools. You're a bunch of fools who think the world revolves around you. You think that I am spending every single second of every single day watching what you post. I go and look a couple times a day, sure, but I'm not spending my entire day on Reddit like y'all spend the entire day on my TikTok waiting for me to make a post. And I'm not mad about anything you're saying. I'm just saying how incorrect you are. That, in fact, people did message me the fact that I don't owe anybody money, and where my money gets spent is none of y'all's concern. But I am far from mad. I just know how much of a fool y'all are.